and welcome to another episode of the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Warning, guys. That's what this show this week is about, because Obama is coming to Africa. And you know what? We ain't excited about it. We ain't looking forward to it. And I've been hearing some rumbling and grumblings on the street, which I'm going to share with you. Although, you know, mainstream media is acting like, oh my God, Obama's coming. Yay. That's not how we're feeling about it. But, you know, before I get started, don't forget, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do it. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the shares, all the love from you guys. It makes this show so much more richer and so much more worth it. I also want to give a special shout out to Phil and the Advice Show TV for having me on the other day. I'll leave a link actually under this video so you guys can see what we talked about. I just broke down what's happening in Africa. And also how, you know, Africans in Africa, we're still enslaved. We're still in some serious bondage. And we need the African diaspora, the Africans from around the world, to wake up and literally come to our rescue, as crazy as that sounds. And I'll be getting into this topic more and more into the upcoming weeks, because I know some of you are like, what? But you guys are on the continent and you have, you know, black presidents. But seriously, those are stories for other days, but that doesn't mean anything. Now, it came to my attention that Obama is planning to visit Kenya on July 16th, and from Kenya he'll be traveling to South Africa, where he'll be making the annual Nelson Mandela lecture. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is an epic battle going on right now on the secret society level between the globalists and nationalists like, you know, Trump and others. Whether I don't know how you feel about Trump, but you guys need to be aware. And you guys should check out QAnon. Check out his post. Just Google QAnon posts or QAnon. I think it's QAnon.com or QAnon.post. But anyway, it's this guy who's deep within the Trump administration. And it really explains, you know, what's going on, how Obama's administration was one of the most corrupt ever, how, you know, a Clinton administration would literally have propelled us into the New World Order agenda, and what Trump is fighting right now. And, you know, I always say, as Africans, no one loves black people. No one is for us. Until we get our own organization and until we have our own unity, there's no one who's kind of got our backs. But now there's, you know, so much that's been discovered with pedophile rings. So many children went missing during the Haiti crisis. I'm not even going to get what really happened in Haiti. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with HARP technology. Anyway, there's so much that's being revealed about how, you know, allegedly Obama and Clinton were involved in shipping uranium worth several $1 million to Russia, and all these other claims and allegations. But, you know, the problem is that the Democrats have the imagination of the people. They control mass media. They control, you know, Hollywood. And so they've made, you know, people like Obama into this big celebrity. So when I heard Obama was coming to Kenya to open a youth center, I almost jumped out of my seat. You know, and guess what? He's coming with 350 celebrities, including Oprah. I mean, I wish you could see how excited Kenyans are that Oprah's coming to Kenya. If she's even still Oprah, but those are stories for other days. And, you know, one thing we have to realize is Obama never did anything for Africa. He was used as a puppet by the New World Order agenda and by the globalists to kind of appease Black America. And it appears that now they're using him, you know, because the whole globalist agenda in America is just falling to pieces as, you know, Trump is busy just shooting them down and shooting down their agendas. It looks like, you know, Obama is being sent on a trip to Africa to try and create linkages and to try and create this, you know, control, you know, on the falsehood that he has power, and to kind of try and spread the deep state tentacles into Kenya. Because guess what? He'll be meeting our president. He'll also be meeting, you know, our opposition leaders. They're even thinking of giving him an award. For what? Obama was never about black people. He was about LGBT. He was about gay rights. That's the only thing that he promoted. Until even Newsweek was like, you know, the first gay president. can see this, the cover right there, in case you think I'm making this up. And you know, the last time he was here, it was in 2015, and he talked big about, you know, both in Kenya and in Senegal. He talked big about gay rights, and, you know, he also talked big about Kenyans not paying lip service to corruption, but actually doing something about it. So it's ironic that his regime was allegedly one of the most corrupt, American, governments of all time. And let's not forget that people refer to him as the Antichrist. And, you know, it's so disturbing that recently he was actually seen, allegedly, in this Baphomet gear, dressed as Satan himself. And, you know, a lot of people have tried to say this picture is photoshopped. There's actually so many videos out there. Go and check it out, where people are saying it's not photoshopped. You know, it is Obama. We see him standing next to one of his friends, a former congressman by the name of, what's that guy's name? Arthur Davis, who was a Democrat legislator. If you check out his jacket, it actually says, Chicago on it. But yo, why was Obama dressed as Baphomet? You know, these guys are Luciferians, right? You know, these guys are Satanists. And, you know, they also say that Obama, you know, is allegedly, apparently gay. I mean, they even say Michelle ain't a woman, but those are other. You just go do your research, because that might just be, you know, information overload for some of you guys. Let's take a break. When I come back, I'll be telling you, okay, so he's coming to Kenya. We ain't happy that he's going to be opening, you know, a youth center that his sister has constructed in his village, just trying to plant a demonic altar in our nation and coming with 350 evil demonic celebrities. But after that, he'll be heading to South Africa. I'll be telling you what's up with the Nelson Mandela lecture right after this. Welcome back to Africa Watch on the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. I'm talking all about Obama's Luciferian trip, you know, Antichrist mission to Africa, because that's exactly what it's going to be about. He's coming, as I said, in Kenya, to Kenya on July 16th, where he'll be opening, he's supposed to be here only for a day. He'll be opening his, you know, half-sister's youth center, which they're calling, you know, a safe haven for youth. After most of his cronies and administrators are allegedly involved in pedophilia. Anyway, you know, I'm not even gonna, you guys need to just awake. You know, ironically though, you gotta love Africa. When Obama started pushing the gay agenda, you know, because the LGBT lobbyists, who are extremely powerful in Washington, Washington, D.C., they actually believed that he was the best, you know, ambassador for gay rights in Africa, because, you know, his father was African, and they felt that he could be the poster boy for this. But get this, not only did he get shut down, he got shut down in Kenya by our president, he got shut down in Senegal, but there was such a backlash, because African leaders actually responded with tougher anti-gay laws and language. So his trip to Africa actually created a worse situation. Gays became more discriminated against, and the backlash was so crazy. So, you know, it was a good sign for the globalists to see that, you know, we may have the most corrupt presidents in the world as African nations, but they ain't pushovers. And that thing of where we could be spoon-fed, you know, globalist agenda is ending. And I really hope that a strong message will be sent to Obama and his team when he comes this time. So after coming to Kenya, he's going to be heading to South Africa on July 17th, and he'll be there in Johannesburg actually, for 5 days. And he'll be making the famous annual Nelson Mandela lecture. Now, this, guys, is a totally Freemason event, and it's basically an annual event trying to influence the mind and the social conversation in Africa, trying to show. And if you want to know what the globalist agenda for Africa is for the year, all you need to do is listen to the Nelson Mandela lecture. Now, we already know Nelson Mandela was a sellout. He was, you know, a Freemason. He initiated into the Knights Templar. Actually, they even say, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Mandela effect, but they even say Mandela died in the 90s. And a lot of South Africans remember, either the 80s or the 90s, remember his funeral and the fact that he died in prison. Then all of a sudden, 21 years later, Mandela pops out. And, they've come up with this term Mandela effect, where they say that, where it's a group consciousness which remembers a false event. I mean, they are playing tricks with our minds and our psychology. But you guys, if you don't believe that this is an, Illuminati, Freemason, lecture, just look at the All-Stars, the Illuminati All-Stars that have attended and spoken at the Nelson Mandela, lecture event. Bill Clinton, I mean, need I say more? He's right now might even be arrested with his wife Hillary Clinton for their involvement in alleged Pizzagate and alleged pedophilia rings. Ooh, filthy people. Desmond Tutu, huge sellout. Bill Gates, who gave a speech a few years ago, I think it was in 2013, on living together. Now, we know he is the greatest ambassador for the vaccination of, Africans. He supports AIDS, malaria, and polio in Africa. But you know what? We already know he's spoken about how we need to decrease our population. And there are great fears that, what he's doing. And he just invented in Monsanto, by the way, which is like the biggest GMO company. I could go on and on, but he basically believes in eugenics. He basically believes in reducing the population by 2/3. And we got him here in Africa supporting all kinds of polio vaccines, malaria vaccines. We are a sick people, I tell you. He also, other people that have spoken at the Nelson Mandela lecture include Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was Liberia's president, and a Soros stooge, and Kofi Annan. We know what Kofi Annan did. Basically allowed the genocide, the planned genocide, to happen in Rwanda. And you guys know that they allege that current Rwandan President Kagame is actually a CIA agent. Allegedly, apparently. I don't know. So, we're not excited. We're not happy that he's coming to Africa. And it just shows you that, Africa is so important to any kind of globalist agenda because, and that's why you see China moving in here, because over 70% of the resources, of the natural resources, come from this continent. So guys need to wake up. Guys need to be aware. Guys need to shut this trip down. You know what? Guys, there's people, men and women in Kenya, who are praying day and night that Obama doesn't land in Kenya, praying, calling on the Most High, God, just prevent this man from coming. Will he come? Will he not come? I'll be sure to keep you posted. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Leave your comments, and see you next time on Africa Watch.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.